Okay, so I have been gone for 2 weeks without any real explanation, and I just, yeah, I didn't really know what to say. Honestly, I didn't really know when I'm going to be back. I didn't know what the plan was. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I couldn't really tell you guys anything. A lot of you guys reached out to me and asked me what's going on, where am I, when am I going to stream. A lot of my mods reached out, pro players, semi-pro players reached out, and so on and so forth, and I just kind of didn't really respond or just stayed away. So number one thing, the glasses. Okay, I did not get LASIK. A lot of people are like, did you get LASIK? No, I did not get LASIK surgery. I'm just wearing contacts, that's it. This is going to be a serious talk, and it's going to be a difficult talk for me, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to talk through about these things, and I thought about not talking about it and just saying I took a vacation or I took a break, but I thought maybe it helped someone. So I just wanted to be very transparent with you guys and kind of open with you guys, since you're the guys that are making like my life possible, literally playing games and entertaining you guys. So basically for the past 10 years, I have had depression. There was a point in my life where it was really bad. There was a point in my life where it was kind of up and down. Let's just go with that. So about 8 years ago, you guys, I mean, you didn't know about this. Obviously, a lot of you were maybe not even here, but I was suicidal, down very bad. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed type of deal. I wouldn't get out of the house for days. I developed severe anxiety to the point where it was called like chaotic, catastrophic, levels of anxiety. Yeah, I talked about this once or twice before, but basically I would struggle to go pay like a bill. Like I would just have a bill and I would need to go pay it, and I would have to delay it for days because in my head I would have so much anxiety about things that could go wrong, even though logically nothing could go wrong. But I was always like, what if I don't have enough money? What if something goes wrong? What if I say something wrong? What if I didn't bring the right thing? So it was like crippling levels of anxiety. And like I said, depression went from probably for about a full year, I was just pretty suicidal. Like, you know, I never attempted anything, but yeah, it was bad. Let's just say that. So over the years, like I said, that was up and down. You know, if you ever had depression, it's never, just linear. Sometimes it gets better a bit, and then it gets a lot worse, and then it gets better, and then it gets a lot worse. And it has affected a lot of parts of my life, from work, mostly personal relationships with people. I became very... not antisocial. I just didn't want to engage with people and stuff like that. So about 4 years ago, you guys know, my dad passed away, and when that happened, I just stopped caring about everything and anything. Like, that crippling anxiety I had kind of disappeared, but it transformed into a different type of anxiety. So suddenly I just didn't give a shit. I was obviously very sad. It was a very rough time for me, but I did not use, I didn't go to therapy. I didn't use any medication or anything like that to go through that. I just kind of felt every moment of it, and that's it. So in the last 4 years, the depression has always been there, but it's to the level of not like suicidal levels anymore. It's just some days are better, some days are a lot more rough for me. The only motivation I had was like my job, like to do stuff, but I just didn't I lost my hobbies over time, and like I said, I lost a lot of contacts over the years, contact with my family, not like where we don't speak at all. I'm just like kind of pulled back into myself a little bit and became very private and yeah. I developed, I think my anxiety developed into a different kind of thing where I became a lot more irritable as a person. I became a lot more nervous for, no reason. I would lash out. And some days I'm just like, everything's great. Like, why am I feeling this way? But the thing is, in my mind, I was like, it didn't feel like it used to feel, so, and then it would get better and I would be like, okay, maybe I should go to a therapist, but then it would get better and then it would get worse, and it was just kind of like up and down. But I am sure you guys noticed this on my streams over the past, 3-4 years, but I have days where someone's like, haha, you lost, and I'm like, you little shit, and I'm joking, and then some days I just like go like, fuck you, and I just permaban that guy. Like I actually get annoyed, right? And that's kind of the part that I'm talking about. Like some days I was just very irritable and I just couldn't really keep my emotions. So I never really connected those two. I'm dumb, I guess. There's that. So basically, why I've been gone 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago, I finally made the step to go to a therapist. Apparently, I had a lot of like pent up emotions, anger because of my dad's passing that I never really talked to anyone, which apparently can cause a lot of anxiety, and it can cause a lot of these like lashing outs and a lot of these irritability as a person, because if you have that much anger inside of you, it's going to come out at some points here and there. And the reason I was angry at my dad is because, and this is maybe TMI or too much info, but my dad is the only person from my family that understood me, like from my mother, sister, cousins and all that, because he was also a gamer. He played games, and I was just very angry at him that he left me. And at some points I even felt guilty of some of the things connected to his passing. Like I didn't do anything, but there was a lot of stuff there. And the therapist told me that I had a lot of like pent up emotions, anger and stuff around that, which I didn't know. So so basically right now, so what's happened, I've been going to therapy. I'm trying to better myself. I am trying to change myself for myself, because I don't want to be that. First of all, I don't want to be depressed anymore. Like, I don't want to wake up and not feel good for no reason. Like 10 out of 11 days. Like, I just don't want that. I don't want to wake up and like scroll TikToks for 2 hours in bed. Like, I don't want to wake up and watch YouTube shorts for 4 hours. I just don't want that. I want to be living my life more. I want to be more active in my life. And I just want to do more stuff. So the stuff that I am doing right now, I am going to therapy twice a week, which the reason I'm sharing this story is if you guys are struggling with any of this, or you have traumas or whatever, I strongly urge you to go and see someone if you can, because it will and it can help immensely. Okay? You might not even think you have a thing that you need fixing. Just, if you can, go and check yourself out, because I think mental mental health in a lot of ways can be a lot more important than physical health. Yeah, so I've been going to therapy. I am currently on antidepressants, where they're basically the type of antidepressant that's supposed to kind of lift me up, but also calm me down a little bit in a way, to not like have anxiety or whatever else. And it has been 2.5 weeks. So I think like right now it's supposed to start showing effects, but it should like be at full effect in 4 to 8 weeks. So yeah, I have some other medicine that I have, or I can take to calm down my nerves, or if I'm feeling panicky, or if anxiety comes up or something like that. But for the past 2.5 weeks, I've been feeling a lot better. So why have I been gone? The reason I've been gone is I never did this before in my life. I just needed to take time off for myself. I am always so stressed around stream. You guys know that it's like, or maybe you don't, but even if I miss one stream day, I'm like, oh my god, I missed a stream day. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose viewership, and I'm gonna lose this, and I should stream, and I should stream at least 2 hours. If I go somewhere, I'm rushing home so I can stream. Like, it's like I can't live my life because so much of my life has been my stream that I've been avoiding real life in a way. So yeah, so basically what I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of stuff around the apartment, just sorting stuff, fixing stuff. I'm gonna do an apartment tour soon. I've started doing gym about 2 weeks ago, and I am proud to say that I have not quit. I actually, initially I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know what to do. I don't have a plan, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just go. I'll just do whatever. So I started making a plan for the exercises that I'm doing. I actually am building not a gym, but I'm building like a mini gym at home. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is like my legs and back at the gym, and then I'm going to do my chest, abs, and arms at home. So that's kind of the plan, because I just don't want to, I just want to be able to do something at home as well, So what I've been doing past 2.5 weeks, all that, I've been spending a lot of times with my dogs. I've been taking Totter for long walks next to the river, which is something that I would only do with like Marega sometimes, but I'm trying to make this a thing that's more of a thing, and eventually want to transition into running next to river with Totter and stuff like that. As far as my knee goes, again, some of you may or may not know, but I've had surgery last year, and then it got bad again this year, but I got PRP, plasma therapy, which actually helped a lot. So I was worried about my knee, but I have been working out my legs probably the most, because I wanted to make sure my leg is good and I don't ruin it or fuck it up. And my leg's been great, honestly. I can run. I'm biking. It's all good. Like, my knee is good, which I am super happy about. And I'm surprised, actually, because I thought I would definitely have some pain or problems, but yeah. So what else? I don't cook, as you guys know, or actually, I don't know if you know, but I don't really cook. I can boil hot dogs, and I can put Nutella on bread. I sorted a meal plan for myself based on my exercises. So I basically have a meal plan for the whole week, and I'm starting to cook everything myself. I'm eating like stuff like vegetables every day, so I'm actually paying attention to what I'm eating. I've stopped sodas completely. I've cut coffee in half, as you can see by the cup. So the amount of coffee I consume, I cut it in half. I basically took out sugars. I do still, I didn't cut out sugar like completely. I'm not gonna go from like 0 to just fucking like I'm a bodybuilder or something. Like I will eat like a protein bar or something every 2-3 days maybe, but basically I'm doing just kind of like a gym bro diet with chicken, a lot of vegetables, some potatoes, some rice, low-fat Greek yogurt, stuff like that, and obviously a lot of water. One thing I cannot really give up is the iced tea. So yeah, I'm still drinking iced tea. I just love iced tea too much, but I did take out soda. Yeah, the iced tea does have sugar. So like I said, I didn't cut out sugar completely, but yeah. So basically, yeah, that's what's been going on. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start therapy. I'll just do everything at once. So yeah. Another thing that I've done, I've actually reached to all my family members in the last 2 weeks. I've had my family over in the past. Like I would see my family like once every, like I would see like one of my cousin like once a month. The other cousin, I would also see him once a month. Even my sister, I would see her once every 2-3 weeks, even though we live in the same city. I've been seeing my sister, in the last 10 days. We've seen each other 5-6 times. I've been seeing my mom basically every single day or every second day. My cousin's been over to see the apartment and everything with their kids. Reached out to my aunt, reached out to my friends. So I have been kind of just reconnecting with people, just being open with them as well, and something that I was never able to do before is just be like honest how I'm feeling. Like 2 weeks ago I would never talk about this on stream because I would feel embarrassed or I would feel like people would judge me. But I think out of all of this, I know there's going to be people in the chat that are going to be like, oh, this is cringe, or like, bro, this is go play games or whatever. And, that's okay. But if it helps one person, and if I reach out to one person and you go and get help and get better, I'll be very, very happy with that. So other than that, what I've been doing for the past 2.5 weeks, I did not play games at all. Like I have played, I think I counted 6 hours in 9 or 10 days of gameplay. That's it. I don't know if you guys know, but I usually play games 8 to 10 hours a day. I have played 6 hours in 10 days. So I have just completely like disconnected myself from games. I didn't want to use it as an escape. If I'm feeling down or bad, I would try to go for a walk. I would try to do something and just kind of go through it. So yeah, I haven't played Age of Empires in however long it's been. Yeah, I mean, you can see it right there. That's the last time I played. So I haven't played anything. I played mostly Mechabellum. I have like logged in WoW for like 30 minutes, and I just logged in and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this, and I just logged out. So yeah, so I played Mechabellum a little bit here and there. I did watch a lot of TV shows. I did read a lot. I did consult, as I always call it, to Dr. ChatGPT about, whether it's gym or family stuff or feeling stuff or depression or why I'm feeling this way, just as a, not as a listen to it 100%, but just as a, like a tool to help me understand and realize some things and all that. So what is the plan with the stream? What is the plan with the tournaments? You may or may not know, but I have skipped the $3,000 tournament that's already happening. It happened last weekend. Obviously, I've been completely inactive, and I think the playoffs are this upcoming weekend. So obviously, I am not playing that. But I am also skipping the next UGC tournament as well. I'm currently in the process of trying to better myself, and I do think that I need to be in a lot better mental state in order to be able to compete, if I can actually compete again at all. Competitiveness is a very brutal thing. I am very competitive, and I am trying not to be. I don't want. I am competitive by nature, but I don't want it to consume me. When I practice for tournaments, I don't know if you ever heard. This is a bit random, but I don't know if you ever heard Mike Tyson talk about when he's training and when he's not, how he is a different person. That's how I feel when I compete in A4 and when I don't. Like I feel like my whole kind of like attitude, energy switches. And it's very mentally draining. Obviously, losses are sometimes hard to take. Obviously, I have been in the past, sometimes I've been normal. Sometimes I've been a very sore loser. And, I own it. It is what it is. I realize it. I own it. There's some things I wish I handled differently. I wish I handled them better. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but I reached out to Marine Lord about 10-15 days ago and privately, and I basically told him what's been happening with me. I removed the video that I discussed from the Steel Series event, and yeah, I just sent him a heartfelt message, told him what's been happening. I apologized, and yeah, I don't want anyone to, attack him or, for anything, right? I was a bitch, I was a sore loser in that tournament. The disconnect happened. Ultimately, it's game's fault. It's not admin's fault. It's not Marine Lord's fault. It's game's fault that it doesn't have reconnect. And yeah, so I've also reached to a couple of other people privately that you guys either don't know about or maybe were not aware, that I feel like I could have handled some situations with them. So I try to fix that, clear that, however you want to call it. I've reached out to some people that were very nice to me in the past, and I didn't really reciprocate or not reciprocate as in I was mean to them, but I feel like I wasn't as appreciative. So I reached out to them and talked to them as well. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I've had a lot of time to think during these past 2.5 weeks, because I went from someone playing games 10 hours a day to just having those 10 hours extra, right? So I've had a lot of time to think, and I realize at times I have been taking like streaming for granted, and I've been taking you guys sometimes for granted. And I know, I say I appreciate you guys for watching, but I genuinely always look forward to, sometimes I might not feel like playing AoE 4, but I always look forward to streaming and kind of sharing me yapping about stuff, or talking about stuff, or talking about the game, or doing stuff. I always do try to entertain you guys, and in the past, sometimes it's been really hard because I would have a really, really, really bad day mentally, and then I have to show up, and it's very hard to entertain people when there's a lot of stuff happening in your head. It's very hard when I'm trying to be all smiles and goofing and not take stuff personal, and there's just like my brain's just racing. Since I've been taking the medicine, I honestly don't know if it's like anxiety or ADHD or what the fuck it is, but I would usually have to do 3 different things at the same time. Like, if I'm playing a game, I have to also watch a TV show, but I also have to talk to someone on Discord. And this has been happening for years. And I've been able to be more focused. I've been able to like actually listen to people when they talk without zoning out. I've been able to just, when I'm doing a thing, I'm doing a thing. If I'm watching a TV show, I'm just watching a TV show, Like, I'm there, I'm in the moment. And these are the things that I already noticed in these 2.5 weeks, which I am very happy about. So what's happening with the tournaments? Like I said, I am skipping the next one. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know what kind of mental state I'm going to be in a month or 2 months or 5 months from now. I will be playing like the Outback Octagon because it's an FFA tournament. But regarding to the 1v1 tournaments, if I feel mentally better, and if I feel, not mentally better because I feel like I'm already doing better, but if I feel that I'm in a better mental state where I can take losses and not be a bitch, and I can just be like, I lose a game, I get fucking wrecked, and I go, GG, well played, and not have that ruin my day or week. I'd be open to coming back to competing, but right now that is not healthy for me in any way. So this is why I'm skipping the next tournament. So yeah, I've been feeling a lot more calm. I don't know, like, honestly, I feel like I grew up 10 years. I don't know. I know it's not, by the way, I'm not saying all this is from medication. All this is just like me taking time off, therapy, medication, realizing a lot of things. But yeah, so my goal for the stream for the next while is solely entertain you guys, to create content for you guys. I want to kill my ego. I know that might sound weird, but I had a massive ego, and maybe I still have it. I don't know. But I want to kill it. I want it gone, I don't want to be Beasty, the number 1 or number 2 or number 3 pro gamer, or Beasty, the one of the best AA4 players. I just want to be, Beasty who, lost to a tower rush and we laughed about it, or Beasty who plays FFA with viewers and some guy's being a little shit and I yell at him. That's kind of who I want to be from here on out. That doesn't mean that if I compete I'm going to be, number 20. I just don't want that to be my personality, and I don't know if I want to be known for that long term. I would rather be known as the guy who just made content and entertained people. A lot of people, I'm sorry this is taking so long, but I get very heartfelt messages every once in a while. I'm not going to say every day, but I get heartfelt messages from people you know, they're not feeling good, or they hate their life right now, everything sucks, and my stream is helping them and all that. And I always kind of, I got it, but I didn't get it. You know what I mean? The best way I can put it, I just see myself as I go in front of the screen and I play games. Like I'm not special. You know what I mean? So when someone reaches out and tells me stuff like that, I appreciate it and I get it, but I don't really get it. Sometimes people send me some messages that is like really fucked up stuff, as in someone passed away and the only thing that could distract them is my streams and my, you know, or my VODs or my YouTube videos. And one of the message specifically that had, I'm not gonna go into details, but someone, you know, tried to basically hurt themselves, and they said their streams or my stream, sorry, kept them distracted and they didn't go through it, and things got improved, and you know, it got better and yada yada. And I had chat with them, but for some reason in all these years that one really hit me, because maybe it's because I'm growing older, maybe it's because I realized how much some of the other content creators that I watch have impact on my daily life, but I kind of truly got it, I feel like, right? And for a lot of you guys, again, you know, I'm just a streamer, you watch me an hour a day, but there's some people in the chat, they're going through some stuff, you know. There's someone that's going through, someone passed away recently, someone's going through a divorce, someone, you know, lost their girlfriend, boyfriend, someone lost their job, whatever, someone's going through depression, through feelings, through whatever. And it's like an honor that people come to my stream to forget about it even for a couple of hours or feel better or whatever. And I finally get it, the depth of it and the heaviness of it. But this is why I want to focus on content for right now. So what you guys can expect from my stream is a lot of Vassal FFAs for Gold League. We're going to be doing me casting Gold League, Plat League, Diamond League. I'll play the Conqueror League. We'll do Vassal mode. We're going to have fun with that. I am obviously going to be making... I mentioned this before I took this break, but we're going to be doing... if you guys remember, about 2 years ago, I did how to play English like a pro. So we're going to redo that series for all 18 civilizations, and we're going to do 4 more when the new civilizations come out. So I'm not sure, I have a specific name that it's not going to be called exactly that, but basically if you don't know what that is, you know, I'm going to, not tomorrow, but let's say tomorrow I come online and I say today we're doing how to play English like a pro. And I'm just gonna play English for like 6 hours in a row, and I'm gonna talk every single thing that I'm thinking about in game, why I'm putting this there, why I'm putting this here. This already exists for every single civilization. It's on my YouTube channel, but this was 2 years ago, so if you're interested, you can see what it's all about. So I'm gonna be redoing that for every single civilization. We're gonna be doing a lot of FFAs. I am going to be playing some 1v1s, but most of the 1v1s I will be playing will be for those guides, so don't expect me to do any custom games with anyone, practice with anyone, do any of that. Hopefully I want to do some more team games, and when the DLC does come out, obviously I'm going to be playing the new mode, the new civs. I'll be making guides for those new civs, and yeah, by the way, I'm not planning to I'm not planning on using, I know nobody asked this, I don't know why I feel the need to say it, but I'm not gonna be using any like steroids or anything like that. I just want to be healthy. I just want to wake up and I want to feel good in the morning, you know? I don't want to feel like I'm fucking 80 when I'm 34. So yeah, so right now my goal is to go to gym 3 times a week, do my back and legs, and then do my chest, stomach, because I was gonna say abs, but let's be honest, it's just the stomach right now, and arms, will do those at home probably 2 or 3 times a week on obviously different days. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And I'm learning as I go. I'm not like one of those people that I have to do everything day one. My everything has to be perfect. I'm just learning as I go. I'm adapting as I go. Another thing, the mattress for the bedroom finally is arriving tomorrow. So you guys, I don't know if it's going to be visible, but the moment a mattress arrives, this is going to be moved basically from here upwards. So there's going to be a lot more space here. I'm going to be bringing another desk in here, and I also plan to get an aquarium. Aquarium is something I wanted to get for a while, and I've been delaying it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get probably like a 60 to 80 liter aquarium that should be right there, and the camera angle is going to be either right here so you guys can watch the fish too, or it's going to be there depending which camera angle I use. But yeah, I'm going to get a 60 to 80 liter first, and then if I see that I'm enjoying it, I'm committed, I'm probably going to up it to either 160 or 200 liter aquarium. When I was younger, I had 160, I think, liter aquarium, so I'm aware of the size. Yeah, this doesn't mean, by the way, that I'm not gonna be like, I just want to make something clear. This doesn't mean that I'm gonna become like a boring streamer and I'm gonna be like, hey guys, today we're only gonna do this. I'm still gonna talk. I'm still gonna call you guys in the chat a little shit if you're being a little shit, I'm still gonna call out the gold leaguer in the chat, but hopefully the part where I'm upset and all that is either gone or very much minimized. And obviously Jiggly is never gonna get unbanned, so yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you understand. The hardest part is the starting part. After that, at least for me, things went easier and easier. Because I always thought that things would get harder, as in like, oh well, now you got to tackle this, or now you got to do this. But it kind of snowballs in a positive way. And the start is the hardest. After that, things get a lot easier. And after that, it's all about consistency. How do you choose your therapist? Okay, so that's one part I forgot to mention. I went to a psychiatrist. I don't know if the proper term is psychiatrist, the one that can prescribe you medicine. They can like see if you're depressed or whatever, right? But then, what are the other ones called where you're like talking about your feelings? Just therapist? I'm not even kidding. I just went on Google Maps and I just went on Google review and I found a place that has good Google review. I scheduled for the psychiatrist, and then I heard that it's like very important to get a good therapist, right? And sometimes the therapist maybe is good, but maybe doesn't fit you. What I actually did is I booked appointments with 3 different therapists, and I went to all 3 of them, and I went to 3 of them twice, and then I basically cut 2 of them out because I felt like the last one was kind of fit me the best. Like, I'm not saying the other ones would not help me, by the way. Just so you know, like, I'm not saying, oh no, like if someone's like, oh my god, now I gotta find a proper one. You don't. The other ones would have helped me as well. I just felt most comfortable with the one I chose in the end, right? So yeah, that's kind of the story. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this yapping. I'm sorry it's not gameplay. I could have maybe played some replay while I was yapping. But at the same time, like I said, I hope it helped someone, and it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a long journey. You know, I ain't fixed, and I'm not going to be fixed in a week or 2 or 3, maybe not even in 10 weeks, maybe not even in 20, but I'm working towards it, and I'm a very goal-driven person. I like to have a goal, like hit certain amount of viewers, not like hit, but you know, like have certain amount of viewers, or win a tournament, or this or that, or be rank 1 on the ladder. My goal right now is to stick with the gym for 6 months at least, continue therapy for 6 months, and just focus more on IRL stuff. So that is it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna become a gym bro. Don't worry, I'm not gonna become a gym bro. I'm not gonna like come home and tell you about all the weights and all the protein shakes I've been drinking and all that shit, you know. Don't worry, I'll try to keep the gym talk out of the stream as much as possible. So we'll keep you grounded. Yeah, thank you guys, I appreciate it. How to lift like a pro. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and if you're watching live, let's keep going.